guys, welcome back to Damian. How's it going? 4 True Dollar Tree Horror Stories animated, so this came out a couple days ago, at the time that I'm recording this, of course. So yeah, 4 True Dollar Tree Horror Stories animated by MJV Animations. I don't know if we have a Dollar Tree in Canada, but I know we have a Dollarama. I don't know if it's called Dollarama here and then Dollar Tree in the US or something, but I'm sure we have Dollar Trees too, but I don't know. Normally we have Dollaramas starting, but same thing. Basically same thing. I have one Dollarama horror story. I lost my wallet at the dollar store. That's the horror story. So, yeah. That's my horror story, guys. It was pretty scary though, I'm not gonna lie, it was horrifying. You know, I pay with my wallet, I'm pretty sure. I leave with my wallet, or I thought I left my wallet, and didn't have it. Gone. Just vanished, literally just vanished from thin air. Gone, just like that. So I don't... You may or may not hear my parents bitching downstairs, hence why I always record at nighttime when everyone's asleep so I don't get interrupted and shit, but here I am. Dollar store. Horror story.
I had a really weird experience when I used to work at a dollar store. The store was called Family Dollar, and I lived only a few blocks away in an apartment. I had a few co-workers at the Family Dollar, but this story revolves around one in particular. It was a guy named Chris.
He's probably the sus one.
He was a big guy and around my age. Sometimes we would work at the same time, and usually only 2 or 3 of us would be working at once. However, Chris didn't really seem to be much of a talker. Neither was I for that matter, but I actually talked with him a couple of times, and he just gave really short responses. We worked together for
sure on the same age? Looks like he's 40, you look like you're like 30, or I don't know how old this guy is, but...
2 months or so, on and off. One night, I was working with somebody else, and Chris was not there. It was a fairly quiet night on the job, and everything went by normal. After I got off of work, I went back home to my apartment. My apartment was pretty close, like I said, and I lived alone in my place on the 2nd floor of the building. By the time I got back, it was maybe 9:30 or so. I did not have to be up early the next day, and I ended up staying up sort of late.
Same.
So at about midnight, I was still awake and in my living room. There was a sudden knock on the front door.
No.
It was a loud and firm knock, and it startled me. I sat up, and suddenly my heart was racing.
Mine would be
Why
too.
would somebody knock on my door at midnight? I really wasn't expecting it. I got up and walked over, and in the process...
At least you can check the peephole, right? And if it's blocked, you're not answering that shit.
Heard another knock. When I arrived at my door, I looked through my peephole to the other side before answering. My coworker Chris was standing there. It was very strange to see him, because I knew that he didn't live in this building. I also had never told him where I lived
Oh
before.
my god, I was gonna say that's in your
He was
address.
just standing there, facing my door
Happy.
and looking at it. I chose not to answer. It was just too weird. I kept watching though, and he stood there for maybe 5 minutes at least. Then, finally...
It's like he knows you're watching, that's why he's like smiling evilly, creepily.
He left and walked away, disappearing down the hallway. I was left wondering why on earth he had been there in the first place.
Are you good?
I knew that I had...
Like, how did he get in? Don't apartment buildings have like a kind of like a condo, like kind of like a tap card or something? Or you have to check in with reception or something? Like, how do you just get in? Isn't there like a certain way that you have to... I know my sister's at a condo, so she obviously has like a pass, I believe, to scan.
I never invited him over, or even told him my address.
He found it from the system and the work.
The next day, I worked, and I just happened to work with Chris. Not too long into the shift, when things were sort of quiet, I asked him why he went to my apartment the previous night. Chris completely denied it. I said I literally saw him standing right outside of my door the previous night. He said he wasn't there, and had stayed home. He even went so far as to claim that either someone who looked like him was there, or that I dreamed the whole thing. I knew that was a lie. I just kind of said whatever, and then moved on with work. The rest of the shift went by as normal, and I...
Why is there like a line going through his shirt? Like,
didn't talk to him at all.
what is that? I noticed that earlier and I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. But it happened again? Like, why is your shirt like having a light on your, like...
After that, I never saw Chris at work again. I found out that he quit, but I didn't get a reason why.
Goodbye.
I found the timing of it very suspicious. I haven't seen him since then, and I still wonder what he was doing that night. few years back.
Okay, so that one wasn't too bad. Well, I guess this is 4. Yeah, normally I'm used to 3. This is 4 stories. I was gonna say that was pretty short for one story, but I guess there's another 3 more with about 11 minutes left. But honestly, that one wasn't too bad. Obviously, it is like really sus to have your coworker at your door at midnight, and obviously, if you're not close to them, like if I saw my friend Abby at my door at midnight, I'd be like, yo, what's up, girl? You know what I mean? But like, it's weird, right? It's like I'll get a message or something. We don't really ever hang out anyways. Like we do like the really odd times. So she definitely would not be at my house at midnight, but that's kind of weird. Definitely kind of odd and strange.
I worked at a dollar store in my city. It was like 5 minutes away from my apartment, and I worked as a cashier. After having the job for several months, I was working one night like any other. Usually, we had 1 or 2 employees working at once because the store was small. I was by myself on this night, and it was maybe 4 or 5 p.m.
I would not be alone.
There were about 2 or 3 customers in the store at once on average. I remember that a man walked in as I stood behind.
I feel like 2 employees should always be working. I don't care what it is. A store, security, like police, like whatever it is, like you should never be alone in an area. Like I feel like 2 people should always kind of be there. Just so one person kind of has the back and one person has the other's back, just so it's not one person. Like what if this guy attacks her? When they're alone in the store, then what? Then she's fucked. No one else is there.
At the counter of one of the 2 check lanes that we had. After he walked inside, he went down one of the first aisles and disappeared. Another customer came and checked out about a minute later. Probably 20 minutes or so later, the man checked out. He came up to me and set down just 1 drink. I don't remember exactly what it was. The man had long hair and was wearing sunglasses, I remember.
He's pissed.
After he paid, he left the store. The interaction was really nothing out of the ordinary. He didn't say much at all, if anything, to me. But I remember that after he left the store, he was hanging around by the front for a while. I could see out of the front window to the sidewalk out front and a bit of the parking lot.
At least he's not watching you, facing you, like maybe he's waiting for a cab or something.
Connected to some other businesses as part of the strip mall.
Pizza MJV.
None of the businesses ever seemed to be all that busy though.
Milk tea.
So I kept working, and every now and then would see the guy. He was just kind of hanging out on the sidewalk out front. I didn't really think too much of it though. I checked out some more customers, and people would come and go from the store. But the man remained out front. Eventually, hours went by. Soon, it was nighttime, and the store got even quieter. I noticed that the guy was still standing out front.
Yeah, no, if it was a 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes even, that's not too bad, but like, especially approaching the end of your shift, he's waiting for you, my dude. He's waiting for you. And that's why you should never be alone, because you're alone now. Now what are you going to do? See? What did I just say?
What was he doing here for so long?
Waiting for you,
I really
sis.
didn't know. But I also didn't really care that much. Sometimes he would look over in the window, and I thought he might come back in the store. But he didn't. Only 1 or 2 more customers came in for the rest of the time that we were open.
Why are they ordering the same
Then
shit?
it was time for me to close up and leave. I'd been working by myself that day because business was slow. When it was 9 o'clock, I locked the doors and saw the guy look over when I did. Then I clocked out, did a few last-minute things, and left the store by probably 9:15. After walking out, the guy was still standing there, about 15 feet to my right.
I don't know if I'd feel safe with that. I'd be on the phone or like act like you're on the phone or something, just because he's been there for hours. And you obviously know he's not waiting for a cab, he's not waiting for a ride or something, because it's not going to take hours for a ride to come. Right? So I feel like, plus he wouldn't just stand there. Like, is it warm outside at least? Is he just like standing there like,
I went to my car in the parking lot and got inside. Then I started driving back home. I needed to get gas though, and I stopped about halfway back. I went to a smaller neighborhood gas station on a corner. When I got there, I got out of my car
and then a car's going to come behind you and it's going to be that same guy.
Started filling it with gas. About...
What? Not now.
A minute into doing that, and I saw this older beat-up looking car enter the gas station.
What did I say?
The car was blue and also pretty small. It did not drive to a gas pump, but instead parked in one of the few spaces that was on the side. I happened to notice the driver and realized that it was the same guy from the dollar store, the man with long hair and sunglasses. Now, at first, I thought this was just a coincidence, because the gas station wasn't that far away from the dollar store. But
Yeah, it's a coincidence because hours ago he couldn't have gotten gas, right? He had to go right when you finished your shift.
still, it was kind of weird. I mean, this guy was standing around outside for hours, and then when I left, he leaves. When my gas tank was full, I decided to go inside of the gas station. I was just going to get something to eat to have when I got home.
Make sure your car's locked, bro, before he gets inside your car.
The man was still inside of his car at this point and just sitting there. I left my car and walked inside the store. I was browsing around looking for something and noticed the same man walking in. Now I was worried. It seemed a little too strange for this guy to suddenly come inside the store now that I did. I left right there, not even bothering to buy anything. When I did, I saw the guy start to walk out after me. I quickly hurried to my car, started the engine, and drove away.
Now you drive to the police station or you call the police on your way home, but you don't actually drive home. Like you drive in the direction of your house, but you don't actually go on your street. You don't even go within 4 streets of your street, just so he doesn't know your immediate area.
As I was getting out of the parking lot, I saw the guy getting inside of his car. I quickly turned down one of the residential streets and turned my headlights off. It was hard to see, but I went down that street and then took a left. The guy would have no way of knowing where I went. He didn't follow me, probably because he couldn't see me. So after that, I was able to drive home, and I made it back okay.
Yeah, but then what if he drives around the area, sees your car, he probably sees your plate, and then he's gonna know, oh, she probably lives in front of this house or one of these houses nearby. Or if you're on a driveway, that's even more sus, right? So it's like I would just drive to the police station just to be sure, make sure he's gone in cuffs or something, just so he doesn't know your area. Because even if you lost him, you think you lost him, you probably did not lose him. So
After that night, I didn't see the guy for the rest of the time that I worked at the dollar store. I'm not sure why he did what he did that night, but it was very strange.
clearly he was following you and he liked you. Like it's not rocket science. It's really not rocket science. So I just messaged my mom.
For a little bit of background, I will mention that I'm a female, and this took place last year. I was shopping at a dollar store called Dollar Tree. I don't go to Dollar Trees very often, but on this night I did. It was probably around 7:30 p.m. or so. And when I got inside, the store was very quiet. I only saw a couple of other shoppers, and maybe one employee around the store. I shopped around and got a few things, and then went to the front to check out. Working at the check lane was a man that had dark hair that was
Yeah, he
somewhat short. The man was also kind of short, and when he scanned my items, he was making comments on all of them. He was saying stuff like, "What's this for?" Overall, it was slightly annoying, but not a huge deal.
What's this for? What's this for? What's this for? Well, if it's a drink, it's for me to drink, sir. Plus, why the fuck's your business? Bye.
Deal. After checking out, I remembered that the guy said, "Well, now I'm off," and he turned off the light to his check lane. I was just like, "Oh, that's cool," and I started to leave. But the guy kept walking with me as I was leaving. He asked me where I was going after this.
That's so creepy, like that's basically his thing. Fuck, that's so
I
creepy.
just said home. Then he started talking to me and walking with me as we left the store.
Why?
It was really weird and something that I was not expecting at all.
Can you leave me
As we were
alone?
walking through the parking lot, the man asked me to go with him. I asked him what he meant, and he was like, "What did I just say? Do you want to go with me? My car's right there."
No, I'm good.
I said no thanks, but he continued to walk with me. When I got to my car, he was still there, and I said that I better be going. Then I unlocked my car door and started to open it. The very instant that I did, though, the man grabbed the door, forcing it open some more.
Oh
Then
shit.
he appeared to try to force his way inside.
Oh my god.
I knew that there was no chance I would be able to get in and drive away from him or anything. So I just turned and ran away from there. I still had the keys in my hand, luckily, so he wouldn't be able to steal my car or anything.
That's good.
The man started chasing
What the
after
fuck is wrong with this man? Like, who the fuck even are? I met you 4 minutes ago. Do you want me to? Do you want to come with me? No. Who the fuck are you, bro? No, I'm good.
but I had a good 10-foot head start on him at least. The dollar store was part of a larger strip mall, which had at least 5 other stores in it. I sprinted up towards one of the other ones. When I was about halfway there, I could tell that the man was running behind me,
Like,
but I didn't.
you're deadass just chasing. Like, someone could think that, oh, maybe she's a shoplifter and maybe he's trying to catch her. That's what he could argue, but
I made it to a Target department store, which was on the end of the strip mall. When I made it there, the man was no longer following me. I went inside of the store and called the police when I was safely inside. Then I waited for them to get there. It took about 5 minutes. When the police were there, I went back out to my car with them, but the man was gone. He had left, and I told the police the whole story. Fortunately, they went inside the dollar store and spoke with the other employee who was still working there. They knew who the man was, and the police were able to locate him pretty soon after. I was really glad that
I love how he was arrested in his uniform.
and the police were able to locate him pretty soon after. I was really glad that they found him. That man was such a creep, and I feel very lucky to have gotten away from him.
Like, imagine, all you're trying to do is go to the damn store and... All you're trying to do is go to the damn store and, you know...
This occurred
Dollar
several months
General.
ago when I was shopping at a dollar store. I had gone to the local dollar store by my house just to get a few items. It's always a quick and easy in and out there, because the store is usually not that busy. On this night in particular, there were a few more people than usual, but still far less than the nearest grocery store. I walked in and grabbed a basket and started going down the aisles. I was in probably the second one when I noticed this one man walking past me. The reason I took notice was because he was walking really fast. He too was holding a shopping basket, and it had several items in it. The man looked sort of dirty. He had a very short haircut, but was wearing old baggy jeans and a t-shirt that was ripped. He was also wearing socks with flip-flops. He whizzed past me, and then I heard him go into the next aisle. I looked to my left, and soon saw him zoom past and go into another aisle. It seemed like the guy was trying to speed run a shopping trip through the entire store.
Yeah,
I just
I
went
mean,
back to
it'd
my
be like that
shopping
sometimes.
and didn't notice him for several minutes.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I think that I was in the next aisle when I heard the man approaching again. I knew it was him because I heard him flip-flopping really fast around the corner. He came into my aisle and walked right up to me, then stopped. When he did, he asked me if I could pay for his basket. I looked down and saw it now overflowing with a bunch of random items. Sorry, but no, I said to him. Then he turned and zoomed off, going away from me.
Yeah, like, imagine getting a whole package of groceries, or a whole bucket of or a whole shopping cart of groceries that you can't pay for. Expecting someone to say, yeah, I got you, fam. I don't know you at all, but sure, I got you.
I heard him go into the next aisle over and ask the same question to somebody else. They also declined, and then he walked away from them. I wondered why the guy was doing that, but I returned to my shopping. But maybe 5 minutes after that, I was still shopping, and the guy approached me again. This time, I was in a more open area between a few aisles. He asked me once more to pay for his basket.
No.
This time, he seemed almost angry, and the way he said it was almost in a threatening way. I said no again. The man then dumped his entire basket onto the ground. All of the items scattered, and then he said loudly, "What's your problem, man?" I was thinking that the guy must be on some kind of drugs or something. He then started repeating himself, asking what my problem was.
What the fuck's your
Each
problem?
time that he did, he got louder and louder. Soon, he was yelling. Some people inside started to take notice. I didn't really say anything, and just tried to walk away. He followed me as I did, though. I asked him to leave me alone, which only caused him to ask me what my problem was again.
What's
He
your
just kept
problem,
saying,
bro?
"What's your problem, man?"
I'm
This
a
went on for
woman,
more than a
thank
minute.
you.
Soon, an employee approached us and asked the man to quiet down. He refused, saying that he would not, and the employee told him that he had to leave. At first, the man said no, but then he changed his mind. He said fine, and then started walking away. I think that everybody in the vicinity did a sigh of relief when they heard that. But before leaving, the man stopped, and then took off his flip-flops and socks. He then threw them in my direction, thankfully missing me. Then he turned and left the store. After he was gone, somebody said to call the police. The guy was gone now, though, so I don't think anybody did. I finished my shopping, checked out, and left.
He's waiting for you outside, bro.
I didn't see the guy again after
Okay.
that. It made for my craziest trip to the dollar store by far.
Honestly, yeah, that would have me being very uneasy and probably like I know I lost my wallet at the dollar store like I mentioned to you guys, but that's definitely a horror story. The one that we just heard right now, and then the one before that too. We just said it's like the real horror is that Dollar Tree has raised prices to $7. Yeah, it's called Dollar Tree, so you're going against everything you believe in. $7 for this? I'm sorry. What's your store called? Dollar? Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. Never trust someone who wears socks with flip-flops. 4 stories instead of 3, but still entertaining. I would also like to say you do such a wonderful job in these videos. Honestly, yeah, like the animations are really good. I wear socks with flip-flops and I'm not crazy. I used to, I think. I don't really do that anymore, but well, I guess I could. Like, who really cares? Like, what the... Who cares, bro? Who really cares? That was 4 stories, right? Thanks, MJV. Yeah, you're welcome. Second story, closed the store down and called the police after an hour or two. I would have caught on immediately the fact that he was watching me and waiting on me to get off work. Exactly. Call me a snowflake, but people are so crazy today and they don't even try to hide it. That's true. Honestly, like you have to have some common sense. You have to kind of think, okay, yes, is this likely? Maybe not, but is this possible? Like, is there a guy waiting here for 20 minutes then leaves? Okay, but that's not. I'm not gonna call the cops for that. If he's there for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours looking at you, looking inside the store, like I'd be like, yeah, like I'd definitely call a friend or something, or make it a little bit, you know. Like I get it, you don't want to call the police if he's not doing anything, because like he could just be waiting there. But again, like he's waiting there for a reason, for you. He's waiting there for you. It's really obvious. Again, 20-30 minutes, maybe waiting for a ride or waiting for the bus or something. I don't know, just something like that. But if not, no. And obviously he had a car, which obviously we wouldn't have known that. But unless we saw him go into his car and then wait, then that's a little bit sus too. But obviously anybody could just go in their parking lot and wait. I've done that a million times. Just go in the parking lot, chill for a few minutes or chill for a bit, but not 3-4 hours. Anyways, you guys get what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. Comment down below what you guys saw this video. Be sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and do all that good stuff. And hopefully, I should probably get going soon. I gotta go see my sister. Gotta go see my sister for a bit. I don't know how long I'll be there. Probably a few hours, and I'll come home and do some more videos and everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like and all that good stuff. And I hope you guys have never had any horror story shopping, because again, obviously shopping is just shock. You're just trying to get fucking groceries, bro. Like, I was shopping a bit today actually with at a Polish store nearby my house, and then there was a cop in there too, in like a different city, and I was like, the fuck is he doing here? Like I saw a police car from a different city, so I was kind of like, okay, sure, whatever, you do you. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to Damian. Again, I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces. Peace.